Welcome to 3 Minute Thursdays. Three-Minute Thursdays are a short breakdown of topics that you will see within your flight training here at UND. The goal is for you, the student, to have a better understanding of what it takes to become a safe, professional pilot. Hello, my name is Zach Dabrowski and I'm a lead flight instructor for UND Aerospace. In our second video in the Do Not Neglect the Wind series, we are going to cover traffic pattern operations. While this may seem second nature to those that are experienced, we will be covering some good reminders for wind correction throughout the VFR traffic pattern. Let's break down each leg of a traffic pattern. In our last video, we discussed tracking the extended runway centerline in the upwind for the VFR departure procedure. The same principle applies to staying in the traffic pattern as well. Using outside references such as a road will help you track the extended runway centerline in the upwind. Once again, this is for traffic avoidance of other aircraft in the pattern as well as helicopter traffic operating between the runways and Grand Forks. The same principle is required for the downwind segment. We must input wind correction to track a straight line 3/4 of a mile away from the runway. This becomes very important for avoiding traffic entering the Grand Forks airspace. If the traffic in the downwind is blown too far out, they may interfere with traffic flying north or southbound from the interior reporting points, causing a collision hazard. If wind correction is not applied in the downwind, you may also get blown too close to the runway, making your base and final turn nearly impossible without overshooting the runway. Let's take a look at some more details of the base turn, specifically when you have a tailwind on base. For example, you are in the downwind for runway 17 right and the winds are 230 at 17 knots. If we've done our job and tracked the downwind, we will be 3/4 of a mile away from the runway when we initiate the base turn. Now with the tailwind component on base, we must adjust our base turn in order to not overshoot final. Because of the tailwind component, our ground speed will increase, which means our turn radius will increase as well. We will also have greater than 180 degrees of heading change to make as we've been pointing the nose into the wind on downwind. Remember, as we turn final, the nose must be pointed into wind again to track the centerline. All of this means that as we turn base, we must roll to the maximum 30 degrees of bank as we initiate the base turn. We also need to anticipate the turn to final earlier than normal because of the increased ground speed, causing our turn radius to be greater. This is the same principle used when doing ground reference maneuvers such as rectangular course, S-turns, or turns around a point. You must look ahead to anticipate and adjust your bank angle to roll out at a designated point. It's better to undershoot final and correct back than it is to overshoot final. If we overshoot final, then we run the risk of traffic collisions once again with the helicopter traffic or fixed-wing traffic on the parallel runways at Grand Forks. This may also create an unstable approach with large corrections needed to get back on centerline. Today, we reviewed the VFR traffic pattern and why correcting for wind on all legs is required. No matter what level of pilot you are, don't forget the basics. Correcting for wind in the pattern is not just a Grand Forks traffic pattern requirement. The same principles apply to any airport you may operate at and only reinforces why you should not neglect the wind. Fly safe, and we'll see you on the flight line. Thank you for watching 3 Minute Thursdays. If you have a topic that you would like to see covered, please comment below. I'm getting a phone call. Nope.